You're Welcome Network is Off the Grid News. Let's get it.
And we also have our other co-host that's here with us today. You know her as a comedian, a host of her own podcast, Laughing with Lana, and her show that she does every Wednesday at Hammered Harry's, which is called Are You a Bully? Please give it up for Lana.
Hey, Lana, the small bully. Hold on.
I'm the legendary bully. That's
Let's go.
The legendary bully. She put in check.
I know a lot about
1000%,
that. I
yeah.
know a lot about that.
I know a lot about
For
that.
sure, I admire your work.
Thank you.
So we're going to start first and foremost on the subject of bullies. Well, let's go ahead and let's kick off talking about Maduro.
Stupid man with the stupid plan.
It's very interesting. We got some pictures that you recently uncovered.
For sure. Because people kept asking me all throughout the week, why did we see Maduro in 3 different outfits once he was apprehended?
And he's dripped out.
And people gotta understand is, when JSOC is outside, you're gonna see weapons that's not normally being deployed. And direct energy weapons cause something called like Havana syndrome. We've been hearing about Havana syndrome for the last few years. And it causes periodic times when you have nose bleeds, ear bleeds, eye bleeds, random vomiting, defecation upon yourself. Okay. So Maduro was going through all of these things after he was apprehended, and his wife as well. That's why all their clothes had to be changed several times. So that's why you see the change of clothes here with this guy.
So he's shitting himself?
For sure. Absolutely. That's one of the symptoms of, sonic weapons. Those vibrations disrupt the frequencies in your body to make your internal organs go haywire. That's how 20 guys was able to kill 300 when they went to go get Maduro. The soldiers said they eardrums popped.
Oh my God.
So the special forces guys coming through shooting people on the ground that's already incapacitated, like shooting fish in a barrel. That's what was going on for sure. When you see JSOC, bro, this is the highest level of violence in the world, bro. Sharpest tool in the shed when it comes to dealing with confrontation.
Do you remember in Iron Man they had that invention?
Absolutely.
So they had the shocker that they were putting up to the ear, and that's what made Tony Stark, his whole body started having his veins pop out of his face, and he was incapacitated.
Absolutely, bro. That's real. That's a real thing. Well, everybody that's watching this, look up Havana syndrome, and you will get some more back information on that. But it's going down in the world right now.
So now they're trying to take over Venezuela. They also announced that they're going to put troops in Colombia and in Cuba, Mexico. They're coming for Greenland and potentially Iran because of the protests.
Yeah. When you look at the whole grand scheme of things, you're never going to have peace with diplomatic type of people. You got to have peace by being strong, because once I traveled across the world, I realized that, tribalism amongst human beings is a major problem, because, when I got to certain countries in Africa, you got all these different tribes who are racist to each other, but everybody got the same color skin, which was...
We do that too, though.
But that's what I'm saying. So you can't reason with the world, bro. You have to set examples, because look at what Putin tried to do with Zelensky in the Ukraine. Now, he was using Spetsnaz, special forces, paratroopers, the whole 9 yards. They were not able to take Zelensky. We were able to take Maduro in, 3 hours, right after the Chinese delegation had left. And it's been taking Putin 4 years to get Zelensky. And they used special forces that they had, Spetsnaz, that's their guys, they joint special operations. It didn't work. So when you see Putin calling Trump saying, they bombed my house with drones, this just was a sign to the world that, when the boogeyman is outside, he's outside, because Cuba is going to fall. Venezuela, without those aid packages and sending oil, they're sequestered from the whole world. They're going to fall. There's no way around that. And then, without Venezuela, China and Russia will collude and use that as a staging area. You don't want a country that says by 2050 they're going to be the world's superpower. You don't want them in the same hemisphere of the world as you.
No.
From a strategic standpoint, because you got to keep OPSEC, which is operational security, you got to keep that high. Now, Secretary of War Pete Hegseth said all war game simulations showed that we lose to China in a war and we're out of missiles in 8 hours. So without taking back that oil and infrastructure that was already installed by Americans, kicked out by the Maduro regime, without that, we'll lose the East Coast to Chinese hypersonic missiles. The death toll be 200,000-300,000 because the Golden Dome is not built yet.
Yeah, we've been under attack by China before. The Black Tom massacre that happened on, I think that was New Jersey.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so they already attacked previously, and that was right before World War II. I wanted to ask, with these Spanish countries that are being taken over, how do you feel on
I
it?
think it's stupid because I'm like, how you gonna try to deport all the Latinos out of your country, but then you need all the Latinos in other countries?
I think it's more of a situation of people coming here legally. You know, America was built on immigrants.
Duh.
But the problem we're having is all of that influx of people, they all paid what? They paid the cartels. So the cartels made trillions, and we share a border with them. So I understand people in the Latina community for having concerns because the last time that America has intervened with Mexican problems, Mexico lost half their territory. So I can understand people concerned, but we have 50,000 unaccounted for Chinese nationals who, when they cross the border, you don't see them at the homeless encampments. You don't see them at the shelters. When you ask them where they going, they have instructions. They going to camp. What is that? Where are they going? All of these people paid trillions to get through the border. That strengthened the cartel. So that's why you see Trump make them terrorist organizations and making fentanyl a weapon of mass destruction. Because our border has been compromised. And, you know, I'm nervous every day because eventually we're going to have some type of 9/11 style event.
But you got to think about what's already going. So Venezuela, since they started coming down on the country, now there's gangs in Venezuela that are killing Americans that are there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was trying to go out there. Piers Morgan wanted me to go out there, but I couldn't get no flight to go investigate.
Thank God.
I mean, you know.
I know you would have been fine, but I'm just saying, like, still, things go down.
Things go down.
So we see that ICE is not taking proper protocols when it comes to who they're apprehending. We've seen what happened with Renee Good and when she was murdered. They're saying that she tried to run over this ICE agent. We see clearly she wasn't trying to run anyone over. She was just trying to maneuver around. If that keeps going and spiking without any consequences, what do you see happening in the States?
Civil War.
Right. See, the whole thing with that is, you know, you see civil wars take place in countries where they've already taken everybody's weapons. You see revolts and stuff like that when they've already taken everybody's guns. Here, you know, everybody is armed, so...
But everybody is also scared to do anything because the administration is not giving anybody any kind of repercussions for killing people that are innocent or citizens.
For sure. You know, it's the thing, like, that's not the local police. You know, people have to understand, like, all of these different agencies have different jurisdictions and powers. And you dealing with the federal government's police force. And this is a matter...
ICE really federal, though?
For sure. That's a matter of national security.
Really think about it, though, because I'm like, yeah, they say it's federal, but these people aren't even fucking trained.
So they're not properly trained,
They're
but
not
they are
properly
federal
trained.
because they've been in existence as an organization since Bush, Obama, Trump, and
For
Biden.
sure.
But still, like, you didn't hear these kind of cases where people are just getting hired on a mass spread level with no background checks.
Absolutely none. And on top of that, I'm like, me as a Latina, it's always been a worry for us as Latinos that ICE is a thing. But now it's like all of a sudden now the white people are really getting involved because now ICE is killing white people who are citizens. So now it's like all of a sudden it's like, oh my God.
Yeah,
Miss
everybody...
Good. All of a sudden it's an outrage. But I'm like, but it wasn't really an outrage when they were killing us.
Yeah, everybody figuring out what it's like to be black right now.
I was just about to say that.
Everybody figuring that out. It's uncomfortable. It's dangerous to the motherfucker. So
Wait till you start seeing everybody in Congress wear a sombrero and take a knee down. Look at what happened when they did the Black Lives Matter. We got to see.
I'll be mad as fuck if I seen Congress in a sombrero.
That's what, they
Oh
were in
hell,
dashikis.
bro! I
They
will
were in
fuck somebody up.
You remember when they were in koofies
Yes,
and dashikis?
sir.
And they were all
Yes,
taking a
sir.
knee
Taking
down,
a
talking
knee,
about
yes.
Wakanda forever.
I remember
That
that.
kind
shit
of
was
shit
crazy.
Yeah,
That's why I knew it was a simulation right then and there. I say, what?
yeah.
No, sir. Yeah, you know, what happened to Renee Good is definitely unfortunate. You know what I'm saying? This is why, you know, I take the crusade that I take because, like I tell people, when ladies feel strongly about something, they'll die about it. Like, they'll let you kill them and then come nurse you and come visit you in jail, all kind of shit. So that's why I feel like, you know, ladies need proper information, you know what I'm saying, proper support, and definitely proper guidance because Renee Good had children.
Yeah,
She should have been
just
somewhere
dropped
with her
6-year-old.
kids. You out there playing with ice.
But she was leaving her house.
She had just dropped off her kid at school and was
Yeah.
coming home or something like that.
She shouldn't be playing with ice, man. Period.
And my thing, because I'm like, I do.
That's the
think
feds.
she shouldn't have died. 100%. I really don't think she should have died.
No.
But if you, like you guys say, they're federal agents. If you have a federal agent telling you to stop, get out of the fucking car, why are you driving off? That is the beginning of a pursuit.
So I hear that because we understand minorities.
Yeah.
You can't play that. You know what I mean? Like, of course, having children or helping children and women, the first thing you're telling everybody is like, yo, they say something, you stop immediately, put your hands up. It's the very first thing. The scariest day of my life, we were at the park and we were filming, and my kids were holding some of the prop weapons, right? And they put them down. Even though they put them down, 10 minutes later, a marshal came, and the marshal runs out the bushes with a gun aimed at my 7-year-old at the back of his head. It's the scariest thing I've ever seen in my life. And you're helpless. You can't do anything. All I did was hands up, don't move,
Yeah.
don't run, nothing. He don't even know what's behind him.
Yeah.
His brother sees it, and that's the reality of the world that we live in. Because people will act in fear and they'll back their fear up even though they're not acting with any kind of rationale.
No.
I think in that, yeah. And
Cops act in fear, and there are all kinds of bitches that have a fucking uniform on that can hide behind a badge that can say like, "Oh, I'm scared." How you scared of a 7-year-old? I get that a 7-year-old has a prop gun, but how the fuck you scared of a 7-year-old to hold a gun behind his head?
A lot of police,
Are bitches?
like, they ass was getting picked on in high school. Like, a lot of them ain't really courageous like that.
I think it's like hall monitor energy.
yeah.
Like very like, stop, you can't use the bathroom. Where's your hall pass? Like there's like
So it's like the kids that this is how they get their look back in society now.
type shit.
So, I mean, again, that should go with background checks, and I think that should be included. Did you have friends in high school?
Yeah.
Because if you don't got any friends in high school, you might be prone to just trying to bully other people and shit. Because you got your ass kicked in high school.
True.
But they only extend that check for so long if you don't have anything on your record. This guy who shot Renee Good went and got suspended, and he's in anger management counseling, not for shooting her, but for calling her a fucking bitch after he shot her.
Ooh.
They said he got hit and drugged by a car before.
He got what?
He got hit by another person working for ICE, and he got drugged on the side of the car before.
Okay, and that's
So
her
he's got
fault.
PTSD.
So he got
from that.
PTSD
So
from
the
that.
fuck what? Then go to therapy, you bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like
Therapy ain't really what they say it is. Like, that therapy shit is overrated to me. Because, like, all they gonna say is unresolved childhood trauma,
Yeah.
you a bitch, and take this medicine. Because I'm like, man, I don't really need... Because I've been shot up. I done shot motherfuckers before. So it's kind of like... I ain't really had no PTSD, though. You feel me? I knew what I signed up for. But, like, when you go see a therapist... Like, it's like telling somebody too much of your personal business. It's like almost like a Scientology finesse.
So they can break down who you are off of what they heard from you.
Man, hell no.
Yeah.
Man. Give me the Xanax, I'm gone.
And
Both now.
No, I was gonna say for cops, I don't understand why. For example, in the medical field, we have every six months or so, we're supposed to either take a test and make sure that our mental health is good. And they do tell us they give us 3 free therapy a month.
Right.
If you are, like, say if you've seen a death or if you've seen a car crash victim or whatever the fuck that may be, like a little bit PTSD, you're supposed to go at least 3 times a month, or they check on you, and you're supposed to be tested on new information for medical and in the medical field. I'm like, why don't they do that with police? I was married to a police officer, and I literally seen him be trained to be racist. I swear to God, and I say this all the time. It went from him loving everybody to all of a sudden black people ain't shit, white people are superior, Mexicans have to work harder for their job titles, and so do Filipinos. Like, everybody had to, like, you're taught to be racist in there. That being said, I was like, okay, if you're gonna teach that, why can't you do a background check every single, or like, maybe not a background check, but like at least like a mental health check.
Psychological evaluation.
They do that to doctors. Doctors have doctors have lives in their hands. So do police officers. Why aren't they held at the same standard? And why aren't they educated? You could be a cop with a high school fucking diploma.
Well,
you're no better than a McDonald's worker.
It's all about money. You feel me?
I
You
know.
gotta think about it. Police academy, a couple weeks? To be a doctor, it take a few years. Take 5-6 years. And that's another misconception, because like you see people like the Secret Service, most of them is former police officers. They don't got no special training and stuff like that. That's why you said they was trying to smoke Trump that day. You feel me? And then all of these different law enforcement groups don't even get along with each other.
Mm-mm.
You see what I'm saying? They don't even.
Childish.
They refuse to work with each other.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's a lot of nonsense that go on in that world people don't know about, and it contributes to this type of stuff right here. Because it's kind of like, I ain't never seen guys get to wear the balaclavas to protect their face like that.
Right.
Like, I ain't never saw. That's what I said. That's the
Never.
feds. I done been in raids before. When the feds come, they do stuff like that. You don't know who they are. They in unmarked. They face covered. That's the feds.
Yeah, but so does ISIS.
But that's what he's saying. That's ISIS.
ISIS.
You can't compare ICE to ISIS.
No,
Like ISIS, they have a rule where if a woman speaks out of turn, they take turns flogging her, which is just beating her to death, pretty much. It's not the same thing. We can't do that.
No, but I've seen
ISIS literally will cut off your head while your wife is watching.
That's sick.
That's ISIS. Like, what's happening is unfortunate.
Yeah.
But, like I was telling people previously, when you see white people start to kill each other, you gotta watch out.
Yeah.
That's when things start to take a turn, because historically speaking, you can't pick on white people too long, because they organize better than everybody else, and for some reason, they able to hive mind a lot better than other groups, based off certain ideologies. So
now they're imploding on each other. Now what?
yeah, that's when you're gonna see. We already been seeing a lot of chemical plant explosions. I believe that have something to do with it. You know what I'm saying? Because look, what color was Timothy McVeigh?
White.
So,
Yeah, and even Luigi Maggioni.
all of the stuff that's been happening
He's
is all
pretty.
white dudes.
he's so pretty.
It's that white on white crime, though.
You gotta watch
and
that.
people, that's what's funny, because they be saying black on black crime all the time, but no one want to call out white on white crime. That's just crime.
Because, we live, people gonna kill who they live around.
Yeah, true.
You see what I'm saying? Black people live around black people mostly. So, of course, it's gonna be black on black crime.
That's why white men kill their wives.
Because they live with them?
Yeah. There's statistics. No offense.
Look, white
No
male-
offense, but statistically speaking, white men kill their family members a lot more than anybody else does.
Yeah, they'll get the whole household.
The whole household.
Facts.
But I was gonna say not to like argue that, but saying that we can compare ICE to ISIS when ISIS is killing or beheading people in front of your wife or whatever the fuck. ICE just did that to Renee Good. They killed her right in front of her wife.
is videos of ICE gunning down groups of children. ISIS gunning down groups of children on camera. You ever seen
You don't
these?
think that's gonna happen?
No.
You don't think it's gonna happen? You don't think ICE, or actually, they're maybe not gunning down groups of children, but ICE is torturing and putting kids, like little Mexican kids, whatever the fuck they call, putting them in these concentration camps, and they just bombed the fucking school.
This is war.
They smoke bombed the school, whatever the fuck it was. That was ICE.
It's war. We at war.
But that's what I'm saying. Is it's not fair to say that we can't compare them to ISIS when they're just
Well,
as
they've been
terrorists.
compared to the Ku Klux Klan now. They've been compared to Nazis and the brown coats. So historically, if people remember when Hitler got his regime, it wasn't just like, this is the plan, we're about to just go take people out like that. They actually had their supporters of their group that was not just their police officers, but the brown coats. And they were the ones that went and they implemented his order and his command. This is right at the time where they built the Autobahn, so there was no speed limit. Everybody was like, this is amazing, we got a freeway with no speed limit. But then tanks started going down there. It escalates quickly at times, so you have to make sure you stop the leak and stop the bleeding before it goes too bad. So I understand your concern, what you're saying, that this can ramp up to this.
It's totally
But I can also understand what Big Homie is saying on this, where ISIS was just flagrantly murdering people, women and children in front of everyone. So we're about to switch gears to the next one. Wanted to pull up this picture of a creature that we seen.
Is it my ex-boyfriend?
Damn.
So,
Now,
Big Homie, what's this here?
Now, this is in the Great Lakes. And people always say, well, Big Homie, we hear your stories, but we don't see no pictures and stuff. I'll be posting all of this, you feel me? But, you know, this shit go in cycles. So I'm bringing this back up again right here on Off the Grid News. Somebody tell me what that is.
Kind of look like a hippo. Like from the ears popping out.
It looks like the bad guy from Monsters, Inc.
Who's the bad guy? Oh, Randall? The chameleon?
You know?
Now, so
With the little
it's
eyes.
2 photos and a video. So of this is in Lake
It
Michigan.
looks like that's a wolf underneath. It got the nose
But why would
and
a
the
wolf
eyes.
be out in the lake? That's the other crazy part, because I understand in the ocean, because the ocean is vast.
For sure.
But this is a lake. It's closed off.
So in this lake, they have the Lake Champlain lake monster, which they says has a dog or dragon-like face. It has appendages that come off the top of his head. Pause. Elongated neck. Pause.
Wow.
and a lot of fishermen, they find these holes in their nets. It's a circular holes they find in their nets, and they can't explain what animal is doing it. So this photo right here was sent to me by the fisherman who took it. I ran through several apps, no AI detected, no Photoshop, and it hasn't been debunked. So for everybody watching, if you know what this is, you can let us know in the comments, but we don't know everything that's taking place on this planet.
So my thing is, again, like with it being a lake, how would a creature that big, because it's about the size of the boat, right?
For sure.
How would it get into the lake?
Right. So, you know, scientists believe that there are underground cave systems and tunnels that they travel through to get from oceans into bodies of waters like lakes. That's what they say. You know, I haven't seen any LiDAR to prove this, but some people say that these creatures can fly. So that's what they say. You feel me? I don't know. I'm a paranormal researcher and investigator. I go out and investigate. So we got some more footage.
Do we have the video for it?
Because y'all gonna see me and Ro in the field real soon. Now watch this.
It's a mermaid.
Now, this was given to me in Kenya, in Mombasa. All of the fishermen say, yeah, that tail don't belong to any of the fish that we know about in this water. They believe that this is a mermaid's tail. Because what fish operates like that?
Yeah, that fin is like way loose.
What is that?
I've mermaid been some places.
What is that? And they say they live a long time. So they have a long lifespan, 400 or 500 years.
You can see it's been damaged though. Like it's, I don't know if you're familiar with sharks. They got a lot of bite marks on them.
Absolutely.
And that's usually from mating. That's how they hold each other down doing that. So mermaids that got ran.
Damn.
The mermaids get ran through. If they
Ran through. Damn. Pause.
They nailing the mermaid.
Oh, God.
Gosh,
Well,
the
isn't that
people-
what they doing? They seducing people and pulling them out into the ocean. So
Yeah, I think that's
Can I ask an
for
ignorant
lunch.
question a little bit?
go for
How
it.
the fuck do they know that they live for 400-something years if they've never been captured?
Well, this is in Africa, and in Africa they have these deities. One of them is called Mami Wata, and in their original origin stories, there's a group called the Namo who came from the ocean, taught them how to use fire and medicine and stuff like that. And this is coming from their culture and norms and stuff like that. So and look, I got other footage. I gotta study it some more. It's allegedly of an actual mermaid's body on a beach in Mombasa, Kenya. So once I investigate it some more, then I'll post it. But as of right now, it's under quarantine. So
I've seen some cases where people find alleged mermaid carcasses.
right,
And they're actually dried out stingrays. Have you
Absolutely.
seen that?
I've seen that. I've seen that.
They got their mouths, because they got the little mouth on the bottom of them, and since they're
yeah.
flappy, when
Yeah.
they pause. Yo, I want to address that real fast. People got mad about us saying pause, and I'm gonna say this: we let y'all say clock it. We let y'all say what's T.
No,
And-
6, 7.
and 6, 7.
Oh my God, the
Yo,
6. Yeah, we. Oh, 6,
so
7.
y'all could pause it just because somebody says something out of line. You checking yourself because
Right.
there's
Yeah.
no room for no debate on that.
For sure.
Jay-Z just had to go through it. He was talking about, I think he was talking about the Jets, where he was like, man, these guys, I want to see them go hard. I don't think they're going hard enough. Let me know. I'll go and I'll come with you.
Whoa.
That's what
Yo,
Jay-Z
hey, yo. Hey,
These
Jay,
mermaids,
you better
think
than
he
that.
would-
so they think that these stingrays are them because they're dried out, and you just see like the way that it looks, where it's got like the fish appendage, and then it's got their arms where it's all flapped out, and you see the skeletal structure of it. Do you think that any of these are just misinterpreted creatures when they see any of these carcasses of mermaids?
Yeah.
I don't think it's a lot of misinterpretations because in the 1600s up until like the early 1900s, several maps had areas that said these is where sirens live. This is where mermaids live. Be careful. And I've spoken to a few people. I'm working on getting some Polaroid photographs. Apparently, some guys was on a Navy destroyer. One of these creatures got caught in the propeller and was pretty much mortally wounded. And they netted it, brought it on to the deck, took photos of it. They say Admiral came out, told them, swore them to secrecy, et cetera, et cetera. So, I was told the photos exist. I've been working on these guys, releasing it for a little while. Hopefully I get it released.
Why was it sworn to secrecy?
Well, what the fisherman in Kenya told me was nobody will come here to this tourist destination if they know it was dangerous. So when it comes to people in military, they never tell us about things they can't control.
People go to haunted houses.
Yeah, people will go out there for that.
People literally travel to
Not
haunted
in Africa,
places.
it's a different. See, that's the thing.
Americans,
Us as Americans,
you're right.
we speak like this is how the whole world is. We
Yeah,
got
true.
it so much more better than. Oh my God.
We be asking for trouble
True,
for fun.
right?
Bro, somebody said to me in the comments, everyone has an iPhone. Of course there'll be photos. Not in Africa, they don't. Everybody don't even have phones.
They still got Polaroids.
That's what I'm saying. They don't have, most people.
Lord forgive me. I was
They
about to
still
say
got
they
the
still got.
zing, zing,
I said
zing,
they describing it on rocks.
Bro, at the beach, there's a dude who takes pieces of wood, uses a
Pause.
chisel, and he carves out your initials on the wood and sell it to you.
That's kind of dope.
You feel me? It's one dude, he do it with rocks made out of mud. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I urge people to travel because here in America, a lot of people state our opinion as a fact.
But we got things in America that are still scary too, but people aren't necessarily traveling to. I mean, Ohio's got a bunch of them. Like
Utah got Mormons.
the
They're scary as fuck, bro. They're scary as shit. They marry kids.
I
And
didn't know
then
about
Mormons
that.
gonna say black people is 2 parts animal. Like,
So in Ohio, what was it? Recently, they seen some people that were jumping off into a bridge. Is that correct?
yeah,
What?
so yeah, they said they had frog bodies.
What?
They look
Yeah.
like amphibian people.
Yep, and you hear these stories all across the country.
And then you got Bunny Man also in Ohio, where there's a tunnel where people would go through that tunnel, and there's a guy that was dressed up as a rabbit,
Oh,
and he jumps out, and people stop their car, and he yanks them out the car, and he kills them.
Facts.
And in that area where his lair is there, they still haven't found the man, but there's baby doll heads that's hanging all in the woods there.
Okay, so listen to this right here. Now look, we got this. The American Indian Muskogee Nation of Florida will be happy to talk to you about the family of skunk apes that they are in contact with.
Is that the Bigfoot
It's
breakdown?
another name for Bigfoot. They call it a skunk ape. Now, why are these people at this Native American tribe inviting us to come down here if this is a lie? So we about to see. And I know from my own personal experiences that there are otherworldly things that take place on Earth.
Mhm.
Now, when you go out into the wilderness, though, you learn a lot of things about this world. And I'm gonna leave it at that because I don't want to keep teasing people, but we going outside into the field. You're gonna see us in tents, camped out, and we gonna see what we come up with.
I'm ready.
Cause look, bro, like this shit, it's addictive. Once you go out one time and you realize that, wait a second, something is going on. It's like, it's a good rush. I like it.
So when you were laying beachside for the mermaids,
Right?
what did you experience during that night?
Man, so I'm out there with a group of other people, and around 2:15 in the morning, you hear like off in the water's distance, like you hear like vocalizations, but you can't record it on the phone because you hear the water moving and then like the environmental sounds. But somebody next to me was like, "Did you hear that?" I'm like, "Yeah, I heard that." And then so other people, they looking off in the distance, and I'm the only person with a flashlight. So I pull the flashlight out. They like, put the flashlight down. Put the flashlight down. You gonna scare them away. And they acting like they know what's going on, which was compelling. That was compelling to me. And they funny about phones and shit too. Like out in other countries, like they don't like getting recorded. Like somebody will spaz out on you for putting the phone in their face. That's another thing.
It's spiritual in other places.
For sure. All of the
Yeah.
stuff that we take as make-believe, they take as facts.
Yeah.
Silly Americans. You don't think this is real? I'm like, look, bro, I don't know. That's what I'm here to find out.
Yeah, I mean, some people believe that you capture their soul in a picture.
Yeah, it captures souls in the picture.
They told me if I see an egg laying in the street, don't walk past the egg. Because somebody trying to snatch your soul.
What the fuck?
And then what pops out?
A motherfucking creature.
Why are you laughing?
He told me.
I'm trying to be smooth.
He said it's a black man painted in black.
Gee, look,
That
these
just
niggas,
jumped
I ain't want to say this on
There's
camera.
a black
Alright.
man playing blackface?
Yes, these niggas paint their whole body black, like pitch black, and
The irony.
they chilling in the cut. I'm talking about, they call them night runners. So you know me, I'm like, hey man, who is that over there? They say, oh, the night runners. I'm like, well, they finna run over here? And I'm asking them, like, is they finna run over here? Because if they is, it's finna be a bad day for them. So they was like, oh no, just ignore them. If they come close, I'm like, if they come close, I was like, why don't we just leave? And they was like,
You're not supposed to.
I had certain things with me that could be illegal in other places. They were trying to figure out how I had it. But, I was prepared for the night runners. But that's real. And it's footage of that. All right, next episode, I'm going to bring that.
Can I ask another ignorant question?
Oh, no.
Okay.
About black people?
Yes. Does that offend you guys?
See, that shit don't even exist over there. Like, them people wasn't slaves. So they never seen the civil rights movement, none of that bullshit.
You laughing.
So think about that. That's how we think in America. We think that what's going on here is happening everywhere. Them people never were slaves, so they don't even care.
Look, I'll say this. For me personally, being offended by a black person in blackface is the same way as like some black people say nigga the wrong way and it don't sit right. You know what I mean?
Very
no,
true.
they blackface different, boy.
No, I know that ain't the same blackface. That's for camouflage purposes.
Boy.
This man, he's basically the equivalent of being in a shiesty. That's a YN.
That's a YN. But see, no, they got, bro, it looks
It's
like
an old man?
Bro, it's old men, young men, females. They put like a like a bush. They put like a bush on top of their head. And they run fast as hell, and they pop it out on you on phone now. Like they'll leave the egg right there, and if you walk past, they jump out real fast, grab the egg, and branch.
Why would they warn you with a stupid ass egg?
They distract you with the egg.
They distract you.
The locals is warning me. They like, man, you see an egg, don't walk past
because
it.
I'm saying like, why would you leave an egg and warn somebody that you're about to pop out? But that's a distraction, you said.
Yeah, it's like when people would say, like, if you see somebody with their headlights, you flash their headlights twice, they're gonna follow you, that kind of shit.
Yeah.
But
yeah, if you was with me over there, we had to have security.
Oh, wow.
You're gonna be grabbing eggs.
Yeah,
that's what it sounds like.
They probably trying to grab her.
Like it's Easter out here.
No, that shit just got a whole.
I just got a bunch of eggs in my shit.
Facts.
But hey man, I want to thank you guys again. Thank you, Lana. Thank you, big homie.
For sure, brother.
We're going to segue over to our next segment. We appreciate you. Now, today we're going to make sure to start off with giving you guys some educational news. It's a brand new year, and a lot of people are considering purchasing houses or vehicles. So, no further ado, let's make sure to introduce you